The weird way that the sounds like every time we go to this track, the sound shifts in a weird way because it's like off key. But once you're here, it sounds normal. There's something cool. There's a little cool effect happening. Anyway, Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice, and I heard her singing my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chorus, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words, but she likes spiders, and that's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt my leg really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably talks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. Doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. Doesn't matter if she keeps it private. Doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone at all. It's gross. She's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. And I'm gonna tell everyone. This is a very active poem. Very you have multiple characters, there's a lot going on, and it always comes back to this center base. It is a conservative poem that doesn't want to leave home. And its home is always in the last line of the paragraphs. And so it goes a little bit out and then comes right back to that's why I'm not friends with her. Cool. I like this one, how it has a very different voice from all the other ones, and it uses repetition like Kanye lyrics. It's not bad. It's not bad, right? It's longer than yesterday's. They're all gonna keep getting longer. Yesterday's was too short. I was warming up. Hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is straightforward in this poem. I doubt I have to explain it. Sometimes you explain complicated issues with much simpler analogies. Helps people realize how stupid they're being. Like anyone would agree, the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. Do you know people like that? Of course, it's about how everyone thinks That doesn't matter, it can be about anything. Wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of weird hobby or guilty pleasure. Something you're afraid if people find out, they'd make fun of you or think less of you. That makes people stupid. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and makes them happy? I feel like I missed a beat. I feel like I missed a thing. There's a little tiny thing I have not caught in Natsuki's shtick. That she's hiding something? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Oh, okay. That's funny. Yuri wrote about something similar today. Did you say Yuri? Yeah. She said her poem was about an unusual hobby of hers, and I didn't really get it, but she said something similar to you, and people shouldn't make each other feel insecure about those things. Really? Well... I mean, Yuri's pretty weird, so I wouldn't doubt that she has some weird hobbies. Not that there's anything wrong with that. It's not like I would judge her or anything. Natsuki has trouble finding words. I like how the poem that she kind of put together makes it seem like Natsuki, she does not see herself as the subject of the poem, but she does absolutely embody the tone of her poem. So she doesn't see herself as someone, or she sees herself as someone who's being judged for liking spiders, as her metaphor goes. But she does not see herself as someone who would judge someone else for liking spiders. So I like the dissonance there. That's a good little character bit. It's a very good tone for the story. If she feels insecure about her weird behaviors and stuff, I mean, I always hate people who make me feel insecure. Yuri made me feel insecure yesterday, and she's gonna pay. But the way you put it sounds like she's learned her lesson. I would say so. Even if her writing style is really different, I'm sure she'll appreciate the message in your poem. It's what I do best, after all. Right, that reminds me that we're all sharing our poems with everybody. Excuse me. We're showing our poems to everybody, including each other. And so, everybody in this is sharing their, like, innermost feelings to each other and reacting differently, which is kind of what we talked about at the beginning of this game, where intent is always in, like, the eye of the person who is beholding the work, as I guess how the saying goes. And so spoilers aren't real, because a spoiler to one person is just plot to another, which is how we get to this part, and this is how we get here. And so they're all going to be reading each other's innermost feelings in different ways to each other, and they're all going to take different things from it. That was what we learned from the first day. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like, conveying emotions is important, but I want to make people think, not just feel, and remember that. I'm gonna write a good one tomorrow, so look forward to it. Ta-da! There's the poems! Okay, everyone, we're done reading each other's poems. I have something extra planned today, so if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is this about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? Not like we can put together anything good in a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting new members. Okay, so it's all gonna, like, end at the school festival, right? Okay, perfect. Good. That makes sense, because that's how dating, that's a classic cliche dating sim thing. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're gonna keep it simple, okay? We won't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Oh, sorry, I thought you heard about it yesterday. We're going to be performing. Performing? Why are you doing this, Monica? Monica? Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us is going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is, we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting it on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori has been coloring a poster, holds it up. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, did you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's that bad of an idea? No, not a bad idea. I didn't sign up for this, you know. We create these poems that are our innermost feelings. There's no way I'm performing in front of a group of people like that. I agree with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagining it, Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys? No, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember when Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago? It's a lot to ask for them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I overlooked that. I am sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of the club, and if we start the event and each put on a good performance, it will inspire others to do this. She, like, pokes her eye out. Dang, Monica. That's cold. The more people who perform, the better we'll be able to do. Show everyone what literature is about. Yeah. It's about expressing your feelings and being intimate with yourself and finding new horizons and having fun. That's right. Fun. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. Don't you want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that brought you here in the first place. I know you do. I know we all do. And if all it takes is standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and reciting a poem, then I know you can do it. Natsuki and Yuri remain silent. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a bit. Well, maybe, but... Looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Fine. I guess I'll have to get it over with. Alright. Phew. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri just dejectedly glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously gonna be the death of me. Oh gosh, you'll be fine, Yuri. Yeah, don't be so dramatic, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem, and we're going to practice reciting them in front of each other. No! Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no. Don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through the notebook, finds her poem, stands on the podium. The way they fly. Monica recites her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she recites, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation, and the four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was so good, Monica! Thank you. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready, Sayori? I'll go next. Wow, Yuri's fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clenches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up, keeping her head down. This poem's called... Yuri anxiously glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Image of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reciting the poem. Just a moment ago, she practically refused to do this, and suddenly she's putting up effort. As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quivering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns and structure that she enunciates with perfect timing. This must be the rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside of her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save the situation. I shall do it, and I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterwards, and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud her, but we got so caught off guard, we must have forgotten. And as we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back. Bye. Yuri, that was really good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri's down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair. This one's called My Meadow. Sorry, I giggled. Sayori. It's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think like you're reciting to others. Imagine you're reciting it to yourself, like in front of a mirror and in your own head. It's your poem, so it'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice was made as a perfect match. The poem isn't aimlessly cheery like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice gives it a whole new meaning. And maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. That's a really nice angle that they keep brushing against. I like that, because we have a history with Sayori, that the main character Solon gets to commentate on that. We have a relationship, but instead of the normal amnesiac main character who never met any of these people in his life or something happens, he's like, I know this person, but I never actually knew her. It's kind of cool how that comes out. I did it! Good job, Sayori. Even Solon liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. I literally say I like everything. I've not even come up with something I do not like. The atmosphere of this poem fits you really nicely, but it might be that the other poems wouldn't work quite as well within that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. Well, I've been practicing that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do it in front of everyone. Then next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenged you a little more. We don't have too much time before the festival, you know. Okay. Now, who's next? Natsuki? Don't make me go before Solon. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Solon lower everyone's standards a little bit before I have to do it. Natsuki, damn. No, she's right. I'm the weakest link here. Let's go. I might as well get it over with. It's not like I have much of a selection of what to read. I'll just go with what I wrote for today. Everyone's looking okay. I recite my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry, I'm not really as good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that'll improve over time, though. Aw, thanks, Monica! She's so constructive. Her criticism's always really right on. I'm just like, I want that kind of editing all the time. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That just leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki begrudgingly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. Poem's called... Why are you all looking at me? 'Cause you're presenting, dog. Anyway, the poem's called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's still a little unenthused, her poem has a rhythm and a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes and everyone applauds. She huffs back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You better not make me do that again. Well... Do you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people? I mean, doing it in front of other people would be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want to for other people. And when it's just my friends, it's so embarrassing. That's a surprise, Natsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming through. It might be hard, but I hope you all have an idea of what it's like now. Make sure you pick a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be reciting. Jeez. I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. Doesn't have to be your own. I'm already pleasantly surprised that you're putting in all this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival's coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow, and we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's the big day. I can't wait! I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'll be able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. It's for the sake of the club. And impressing Monica. Then I'll have to do my best. Ready to go, Sayori? Yes! Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Jeez, guys. Don't make such a big deal out of it. Must be a little nice, though. Well, how do I even respond to that? It's okay, Solon, you don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go. I'm out, bye everybody. Just me and Sayori going home together. Like we do every day, forever. Well, I walk home with Sayori, once more. Even though it's only been a few days, a lot of things have changed. But today Sayori's being a little quieter than usual on her way home. Hey, Sayori? Sorry, I was spacing out. Ah, no wonder. I was thinking about something from earlier. I like how we get to, Sayori fumbles with her words. So, let's just say that one day Yuri asked you to walk home with you. Huh? What would you do? What kind of question is that? You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I don't have the mental capacity to make this decision. You saw that. You saw that back there, right? You saw that question? That's loaded. That's loaded. That's a loaded question. That's dangerous. Dangerous stuff there. Whew, okay, so we're just kind of gonna juggle some dynamite here. We're gonna light that up and just sling it in the air. Then Thank you for joining us today. Let's talk about, let's do a little breakdown here, because I have not gotten to talk about the meta-narrative happening here all episode, and it's driving me nuts. Monica literally told us to save our progress. She was like, you do it. Save it. Save me. Load me. Somehow she is above and beyond the other three. We know that from the UI of the actual poetry writing. And we know that because she's the leader of the club, and she is actually the only one who is responsible for the main core narrative right now. Everyone else is kind of just going their own ways through it. We now know that the whole reason she has us writing these poems is not to necessarily just explore ourselves for ourselves' sake, but to have content prepared for the festival, for the school festival. And so this is all kind of in a condensed time space, but somehow we got hired on to this club like a couple days before this big festival happened that is also itself supposed to be a recruiting tool for the club. So this all adds up. This adds up very nicely. And that means that her part of the plot might not be going on much longer, because that's kind of what happens in stories like these, which makes me wonder why she would literally say, save me. So... And it's weird that after she says save me, she says load me, and I don't know what that means yet. But yeah. Also, so there's a lot of things that have gone on that have like affected the main pathos of all of these characters. And now that Sayori is telling me, hey, I want to walk home with you, why would you walk home with anyone else, is like this weird kind of jealous narrative thing. We saw that in the first day also, where there's this kind of jealous narrative. Yuri snapped at Monica out of a jealous rage, and the only person who hasn't expressed that is the main character and Monica. And the main character won't, because he's the nice guy. That Solon is the nice girl that is just kind of like, yeah, we'll do whatever you say, we'll do whatever you want, it's all good. Oh, your poem was great, your poem was great, your poem was great, your guys' poems were all great. I'm the worst, but you guys are great. Yeah, no, we're all playing manipulations except Monica. And it was, I let it sit for the whole time, this last episode or two, and God, it was hard to do. It was legitimately hard to be like, we will read, enjoy the story, see all the nice, like, characters hanging out and having a good time, and watch as the plot develops naturally and normally. There's so many illusions, though. There's so many, like, crossfires happening at all times. Oh, it's the density of the story happening here. They definitely want you to... They do this with the intention of you playing through multiple times through each route. Good. It's very good. I like how it happens. It reminds me very much of other classics like Hatoful Boyfriend. Yeah. So next time, I'll see you next time. We're gonna have another poem we'll write. We'll have another day of the same schedule. I'm assuming. It seems like it's kind of on a nice pace. And I don't think that's going to stop until we hit the school festival. Hopefully. Maybe we'll get that far. Maybe not. I don't know. But hopefully nothing bad will happen, and Yuri and I will just have a great relationship that is unaffected by the other members of the club. No, we played Amnesia Memories. We know. We know. This is not abnormal for dating sims or visual novels of any kind. This meta structure is really tight. It's really tight. I think it's like a rule of three things that's gonna happen here, because we already got some like extreme intimacy with Yuri and a PV to prove it. third day is gonna be the clincher, the thing, the final straw. Man. I'll see you next time. I'll see you next time for it. I love you very much. And I'll see you later.